Hi everyone, good afternoon everyone. Usually I do my videos in the evening, but today I just decided to do this video right now. So, today there's something that came in my mind, and I thought that I should just share with you what I just had in mind. So, I've noticed that most of a lot of young people, the youth to be precise, we are focused on things that distract us. We are not focused on the things that should build us. You understand? We are not focusing on the things that could build our communities, the economy, you understand, and helping build other people as well. So it's very worrying because we are focused on things that rather distract us and not things that can help build us, as a youth. Because remember that the youth is the future of our country. You understand? It's the future of the economy. You know, our youth are the leaders of tomorrow. It pains me to see that a lot of young people are following TikTok trends and whatever. Do you understand? Whereas you could be following other things. For example, how many young people watch the news? I mean, let's take a look. How many young people are aware that the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is about to be sanctioned? How many? How many people, young people are aware that the former president of the US, Donald Trump, is about to be indicted? He is facing some heavy charges, serious charges, and he is supposed to appear in court. How many of us know that? How many of us young people know that? When are we gonna start focusing on things that build the economy and not things that lead us astray? Let me make another example. As a young person, you're expected to enjoy your your youthful years, right? And as young people, the youth, our definition of having fun is going to parties, smoking, and doing whatever and whatever. You understand? Whereas there could be other things that you can do to have fun, because having fun doesn't necessarily mean that you have to drink, smoke, go to parties, and do whatever. You understand? There are other things that you can do to have fun. And the youth have this concept, they have this mindset, and this definition of their mindset is that if you're a young person, you don't smoke, you don't drink, you go to parties, you are considered as boring. You understand? And this is why other young people find it difficult to fit in. Do you understand? Whereas they just want to feel accepted. Whereas they get acceptance from the wrong crowd and they do things that lead them astray. Distracting things, very terrible things, and some things could lead to fatalities. You understand? Casualties. And such things have serious consequences. And there's this other thing of, if you go to church, you're considered as boring. Some people find comfort in going to church. They feel spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally nourished. Do you understand? Some young people feel happy when they go to church, like me. You understand? How many of us young people read our Bible? How many of us young people go to church? How many of us young people follow the news, follow what is happening in our country and all around the world, and what can we do to fix that as the youth? I mean, have we ever asked ourselves that question, whereby what can we do? what can we do to solve these problems, you know? So it's very disturbing and it's very worrying, you know? A lot of young people follow unnecessary things, unnecessary trends. You understand? There are many young, talented people out there, you know? Our youth is so talented. They have amazing skills, thinking skills. They have the ability to handcraft things. You know, it's amazing. But the problem is that you are not using this talent. You are not using these skills to uplift other people, to make your community a better place to live in, to make the world a better place. You understand? We spend so much time, focusing on unnecessary things. We waste so much time focusing on unnecessary things. You understand? And we end up blaming our friends or whoever we're with. Whereas you should have asked yourself that question of, what am I doing with my life? You understand? You should have asked yourself that question in the first place. I mean, it always starts with you. It's always you. I mean, you are your worst enemy. You understand? Before you start blaming other people, you need to first look inside you, within you, and see your mistakes. So, how many of us follow the news? How many of us young people read our Bible, we go to church? I mean, how many of us do research on things that could help bring upliftment in our communities? I mean, are we finding ways of how we can just uplift the economy and our different communities? Because I know that out there are so many talented young people who are just willing to give it a try, but they just cannot because they're afraid of being judged. They're afraid of being looked at as abnormal, boring. Whereas having this amazing talent, this thinking skill is not boring. Do you understand? It's something that could help build yourself and build others. So as young people, we need to get rid of that mentality and just start looking ahead. Let us start looking into the future. Let us look at our futures. What does the future have in store for you? You understand? And let's move forward. Let us stop looking at this TikTok trends and unnecessary stuff and whatever and whatever. I'm not saying that's a bad thing to have fun. Do you understand? But the moment you overdo it, that is when it becomes bad because you waste so much time drinking. You waste time drinking. Secondly, you are wasting money, guys. Whereas you could have at least used that money to do something else. For example, buy data to Google something. You understand? Maybe let's say you had this idea, you don't know how to bring it about, you don't know how to get it out there, and instead you first want to do research on how you want to do that. And all of a sudden you just go out there and buy alcohol and start drinking and whatever and whatever. I'm not perfect. I have my own flaws, I have my mistakes, I have my imperfections. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and yet still I am considered as boring, uptight, strict. It's okay not to drink, and smoke. It's okay because you choose not to. You're looking out for your health. Do you understand? And you're also looking at the kind of lifestyle you're living. Do you understand? And you're looking at the fact that the kind of lifestyle that you're living doesn't exactly need you to just go out there and party and do whatever and whatever. It's not a bad thing. And I'm not judging people who drink, smoke, go out to parties, and all of that. It's understandable because you also need to make time for fun, recreation, relaxation, and all of that. But the minute you overdo it, you waste money, you start doing the unthinkable. You understand? So we need to ask ourselves these question of what are we doing today as young people? What are you doing as a young person? There are other young people who do volunteering, modeling, and other stuff, to keep them busy. And there are those who give back to the community and all of that and all of that. But as for you, what are you doing today? I'm not judging because I know I'm not perfect. I say once again, I'm not judging. I'm not perfect and I'll never be perfect. So you need to ask yourself this question as a young person. What are you doing with your life? Are you moving forward? Are you moving backward? Or are you still in the same place? You understand? Because time is moving, and as people, we grow. You don't grow younger, you grow older. You need to progress in life. And in life, you're going to encounter challenges that you need to overcome. And as a young person, you need to be responsible with your life. Yes, you're going to make mistakes, but as people, we learn from our mistakes, right? And such things teach us how to be responsible, to be open minded to other things. So, what are you doing as a young person? What are you doing with your life? Are you moving forward or are you moving backwards?